Hey everyone, what's up? Big Jason. I'm here with Amit Suneja. How's it going, Amit?
Good, thanks, Jason. Hello, everyone.
Guys, Amit is another Halbert protege, just like Scott. As you may or may not know, our good friend Scott Mongo Haynes recently passed away. He had a massive stroke on Christmas morning and he passed away 3 weeks later. And Amit was a great friend. We talked constantly while I was in the hospital with Scott till he passed. And Amit was able to speak to Scott um, before he went to be with Gary. And we're going to be doing an ad breakdown today on actually a Gary Halbert letter that Scott Ghost wrote. You know, most people would never guess because Scott wrote like Gary so much that, it appeared that Gary wrote it, but it was actually Scott. And it did, let's see here, 186 orders at $970 a pop for $181,420 to a list of only 3,000. That's pretty good, Amit.
Yeah, excellent.
But before we do that, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your experience. When did you get to know Scott, and what do you think of him as a person, as a copywriter, and what would you say to people that are considering getting his updated course and his updated swipes?
Sure. So, back in about 2004 or 2005, after I stalked Gary Halbert for like about 6 months, he finally told me to fly down to Miami and start working for him. So I show up at his place after 6 months, and the first thing he does is, after he settles me in, is he hands me Scott's new copywriting course. He says, "Read this inside and out, and you'll become an excellent copywriter." So that was my first foray and first introduction to who Scott was. Prior to that, I had seen Halbert at a Bob. I forget the guy's last name, but he's like a real estate investor. Jason, Bob Allen.
Yes.
I'd seen Halbert at a Bob Allen seminar, and I was like, "Oh man, this guy is so freaking impressive." And amongst one of the speakers, there was also Scott Haynes. So I connected the dots. I was like, okay, Scott Haynes is a copywriter. He trained under Halbert, and now Halbert is giving me Scott's course as the first foray into copywriting. Because before I got introduced to Halbert, I knew nothing about copywriting, absolutely like nothing. And then I spoke to Scott a few times on the phone, and we just got to know each other. Over a period of time, now I'm really fast forwarding way past, Gary passing away. Me and Scott worked on about 3 projects together. So that was a really cool insight into how Scott's mind works and how he goes about copywriting. So I got like a first-hand working with him experience.
And did you ever meet up with him in person other than the time last November before he passed away?
Yeah, I met him in Vegas a couple of times, and I believe I met him once in Miami also.
And what did you think of Scott as a person, not just a copywriter?
Well, as a person, he was a great guy. He had tons of stories. He had a unique way of looking at life, not always the most positive, but definitely unique and different. And he just wanted what everyone else, what we all want is like happiness, peace. He wanted a nice life partner that will help him settle down in life. He had a big heart. He was always willing to be helpful. So, and he was a good friend. Above all else, he was a great friend.
Awesome. And so, what would you say to someone, whether they want to be a copywriter, they want to know what good copy looks like, or maybe they want to improve their copy, and Shortcut Copywriting Secrets version 2 is coming down the pipeline. His hottest sales letters volume 2 is coming, and ad breakdowns of his hottest ads is coming. What would you tell that person?
I would tell that person the same thing Gary Halbert told me back in the days. I would say if you want to learn anything about copywriting, or you want to become a master at copywriting in the shortest time possible, get Scott's course. And specifically now, more so than in the past, because now you got some of the best copywriters on the planet breaking down his ad and even telling you what else you can do to further supercharge it.
Awesome.
So there's absolutely
cool. Thanks for that, man. So let's go ahead and break down this ad.
all right. Let's do it.
Hey, this is Big Jason. So if you want to get on the waiting list for Shortcut Copywriting Secrets version 2 and Scott's hottest sales letters volume 2, plus all the ad breakdowns of Scott's best ads, including 4 controls by Clayton Makepeace, Amit Suneha, Mike Morgan, Paris Lampropoulos, David Deutsch, John Carlton, David Garfinkel, Brian Kurtz, Caleb O'Dowd, Sammy Markowitz, Bon Halbert, Harlan Kilstein, Kevin Rogers, John Angel, and many more. Go to shortcutcopywritingsecrets.com, and just for opting into the waitlist, you'll get a recording of a rare Gary Halbert seminar. Plus, you'll be automatically entered in a referral contest where you can win never before seen swipes. So once again, this is Big Jason. Thank you so much for helping me spread the word about Scott's legacy, and I'll see you over there.